Ah, here we are. The old Focus. So I said I'd show you guys a video of this thing, and I've had it a while now. It's a cheap second car for getting to work. It's a 00. There's 117,000 on the clock now, and I'm just going to do a little job here today. I've had the car a year, and I've had no radio because the previous owner had let the battery run out, and when they got it going again, they incorrectly entered the code into the radio too many times, and it became locked. And I've done a lot of searching on the internet to see could I sort it out, but to no avail. If it's locked, apparently it has to go to the dealer, and I rang the dealer and they wanted an obscene amount of money to do it. So I picked up a head unit on one of the advertising sites that we have here for 30 euros. It's a Pioneer, so we're going to whack that in there. So just bear with me, and I have a little bit of prep work to do first. So that's I suppose a quick overview of the inside of the old Focus. 117,179, and car drives very well, passes its NCT, the National Car Test, I suppose the equivalent to the MOT in the UK, or roadworthiness test. I'm not sure if you guys have them in the States. Passes it no problem. It has to be tested every 12 months, and I only do small mileage in it. I do 5 mile trip each way to work, so the car does less than 5,000 miles a year. So let's crack on with this. I gotta go inside, and I'll catch you from in there. Okay, so this is the head unit I got. It's a Pioneer. It's a DEH 1300 MP. 4x50 watt MOSFET jobby. I've tested it on the bench and it works fine. It has MP3 input on the front, which is handy for the phone. It has this here. This is a WR for a wired remote. So what that means is that I have to get it, but it's an adapter I can get that I can use the steering column mounted control for volume, seek, mute and stuff like that. So I will be getting that at some point later on in the future, but for now we're going to put it in. So this is singled in, which is like a standard size that all car stereos are. Not like years ago, back in the day, I remember putting stereos into cars and you'd have to be cutting lumps out of the dash to get them to fit. So so what we have is we've ordered this. This is a dash adapter here. Get it out of the bag. Awkward to do, single-handed, but however. So this converts our aperture in the dash from DIN 1.5, which the factory fit Focus radio is, to single DIN. So it just clips into place, and the job is a good one. So we have that. We have this mount at the back. This goes at the rear of the radio somewhere. I have to figure that out where that goes, but look, that shouldn't be a big deal. Now with the I had to buy another kit then, where I got these connect up to the Focus loom, which goes to these ISO connectors, which ISO is like another standardized type connector for car stereos. I got these two tools to remove the old stereo, and we got the adapter for the antenna, because it has a recessed socket, and the plug that's used in cars are different, so you need the adapter basically. So that's all that stuff there. So then I had to get another adapter, which goes from this one to this one. Now I went on, and foolishly I didn't bother checking about the model. I ordered this generic ISO to Pioneer adapter, and I discovered then when it came here that this plug wouldn't fit into the back of the head unit. It was too big, so I had to go off and do yet another search. And I searched everywhere on eBay and Amazon and all these places that you look for this stuff for the lead for this stereo, and I couldn't find it. Eventually I found this from a seller on Amazon in America, and it has the correct plug. It's a smaller one than the first one I got, but it comes like this, so we're going to have to cut and shut this one. So what we'll do is we'll chop the plug off this and we'll splice it onto this. So let's get that done and we'll be ready to go. Right, so that's what we end up with. We'll splice, solder together, heat shrunk, all that stuff, and we'll just stick a bit of tape in the middle now just to keep everything nice and neat. Then we'll go out and fit it in. Okay, so I have the old one pulled out. You get these two tools with the dash adapter kit, and you shove them into the two holes here either side, and it just clicks and pulls out. You disconnect the plugs at the back, and you plug in your adapters here. This one here is for the steering wheel adapter, so we'll come back to that later on again. When I buy the other adapter kit, I think it has 3 connections, so I might have to redo this one here. That goes from the back of the stereo to here, so that's why I left them that long, that if I have to chop them off and redo them again, I can. So just a matter now of getting the dash adapter in, I have the antenna connector on, and tidy all this mess up into the dash, and we should be good to go. Now it's worth noting at this point that especially if you buy a used stereo, like I did, that the cage comes with it. That's this metal piece here. So this is designed for your stereo to slide in and clicks and it locks into place. So make sure if you're buying a second-hand one that you get this with it. Luckily enough with mine it did. So you know, just if you don't have one with it and you go to fit it, you'll realise very quick that you do need it. So it just slots into place into the dash adapter, and you bend up a couple of the tabs just to hold it in place. There's no need to bend them all down, just a couple, so it's just enough to hold it in place is all you need. And what you do then is feed your cables out through this before you click this into place, and that way then all you have to do is plug into the back of the stereo and away. So let's get that fitted. Yeah, you remember that little plastic thing I said to you that we had to figure out where it went? So basically what it does, it's to stop your stereo, it's to support it from the rear. So basically there's a little bracket down there on the top of the inside part of the dash, and the bracket slides onto that. Now there is a slot in it where you need to bolt it onto the back of your radio, but hold on now, where that M3 bolt goes there, but you don't need that, or M4 it is actually. You don't need that. It's just designed to stop it sliding back down into the dash, that there won't be too much of a load on the dash adapter. So right, I forgot about that, so I thought it'd be important to show you. Right, so let's get the dash adapter in and get stereo in. So the adapter is in the dash. You can see it closes up the hole small enough that it'll fit for the new stereo to fit. So all I have to do now is plug in and get all the wires back in and plug in the aerial, and that should be it. I think it's always a good idea at this point, when you have everything plugged in, just before you push it home into the dash, because in my case now I don't have the keys to get it out. I have to order some of them to have them for when I fit the adapter for the stalk here for the steering wheel control. But I don't have them, so it's just a good idea if you don't at this point, before you push it in, to make sure you know that it powers up and you know it works. So in this case it does, so I think we're good to push it home. Now, result. So it's in and it works and the whole lot. One of the speakers back left is not working, but I'd say it's an issue in the door. because I know my connections are right, so we'll have to have a look at that. But we're happy enough. We've got some tunes to listen to now, so happy with that. We'll be back. 73s.